Go live, go live, go live, go live, go live, and according to YouTube, I'm live. Hello, if you're watching this live. Hello, if you're watching on playback. Welcome to my 28th live stream on I Have a Lot to Say. I forgot what number it was. I actually checked just then to check what number live stream am I joining on my I Have a Lot to I Have a Lot to Say live stream. So hello and welcome to this new live stream today. Now, basically, if you don't know what these live streams are, essentially once or twice, or maybe even 3 times a week. It's been 3 times a week this week. I'll be talking about current movie and TV topics going on in the current movie and TV world right now. And at the same time, though, I'll also be answering any live questions sent in. And also, if you want me to talk about a topic in particular in my next live stream, please do let me know in the comment section below, and I'll probably talk about it in my next live stream. And at the same time, though, I should also say some other housekeeping items before I get into my main topic today. First of all, I live next to the main road, so if you hear any sound interference during this live stream, like, I don't know, a truck going past a tractor or a car, or just loud motorbikes, I do apologise, I can't control that. And at the same time, though, even so I live in the country, it also feels like I live next to a building site sometimes, because there's always some drilling going on at the houses next to me. So at any point you do actually hear some drilling going on in this live stream, I do apologise about that. That's out of my control again. And at the same time, there's something else, or not anything I can think of off the top of my head. I have hay fever, so there's a chance I could sneeze during this live stream, although that hasn't happened yet. But nevertheless, it still could happen. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say before I get into my main talks today. Just, I apologise about any sound interference before I get into my main topics. And also, remember, if you want me to talk about a topic in particular, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll probably talk about it in my next live stream. And hopefully, everything will flow well today. So far, it's flown well. Last time I did one of these live streams, I was about the first minute or two, and the stream was not flowing well, which is kind of annoying, but it seems like it's all working fine today. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into my main topics for today. And I just want to say off the bat here, actually, I don't normally do live streams on Sunday. I don't normally like to do live streams on Sunday and stuff like that, but there's been a bunch of topics in the week that I just haven't talked about because I've been busy. Like, I went to go watch Free Guy on this week, and by the way, I'll be uploading my review of Free Guy later on this week. And let's just say, I didn't have the same reaction to it like everyone else has been having. It's going to be getting great reviews, and I'm happy if people love it. I'm just not one of those people. But yes, I've been busy this week doing loads of other stuff. And I'll be busy again next week. But I haven't got around to talking about some of the topics I want to talk about. Like this Spider-Man No Way Home topic I'm talking about today. I actually wanted to talk about all that earlier on the week, but instead I talked about Lego Star Skywalker Saga, which I'm very excited for. But today I'm finally talking about it. So I don't really do live streams on Sunday, but I think today's a bit of a one-off because I'm talking about 3 topics in particular. And by the way, I haven't even said actually, I didn't put it in the title of my live stream today or in the thumbnail. I will be talking about a third topic as well, which is a new Red Band trailer for The Kingsman, which was released, I think, yesterday or Friday. I can't remember now. I think it might be released. I've got a feeling it was Friday actually. We got a new Red Band trailer for The Kingsman, the new Kingsman prequel, which is coming out this Christmas, and I'll be talking about that also later on this live stream as well as my third and final topic today. But without further ado, let's move into my first topic today, which is that the Sinister Six, it looks like the Sinister Six are going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, if you don't know what the Sinister Six is, to be honest, I don't really either, so I'm gonna kind of wing this bit. If you don't know what the Sinister Six is, basically they are 6 major Spider-Man villains that come together to fight Spider-Man. I'm guessing that's what the Sinister Six is. I mean, I don't know, I haven't read the Spider-Man comic books, but I'm guessing that's what it is. But the thing is, though, Spider-Man No Way Home, I've talked about this a lot on this channel, and I'll be talking about it a lot more, honestly, when we get a new trailer release, I think we'll get another trailer for No Way Home in about a month's time, which will do some official confirmations of who's actually in this movie and who's not. But, you know, I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home a lot, because it's my most anticipated movie for this year. And the thing is, though, I'm not even a huge Spider-Man fan. I never grew up watching any of the Spider-Man movies. I never grew up, reading the Spider-Man comics. I've really got into them recently, actually. I really like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. I've always been a bit of a fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films as well. I really enjoy watching them because they're not the end of the world in the MCU. The Tom Holland Spider-Man films in the MCU are just like, oh, something's going wrong with Tom Holland Spider-Man, or with somebody who hated, Tony Stark, and then now it's down the line to Peter Parker in the MCU. They're never really the end of the world like every other MCU movie seems to be. But the thing is, though, I really enjoy Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, the ones with Tom Maguire, and I also really enjoy the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies as well. And I don't mind the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man movies either, but I do think they aren't as good as some of the other ones. I don't think they're as good as the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies or the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies as well with Tobey Maguire either, because I think, I don't know, the Amazing Spider-Man movies they're aiming at a teen demographic sometimes. I'll have to go back and rewatch those films, like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I probably will get around to reviewing them on the channel quite shortly, actually. But from what I can remember, and I've only seen them once, quite about a year or two ago now, I didn't actually love them. Once I'm going to adjust my camera a bit there so you can see me a bit better. Just realised you couldn't see much of it then. You could only see like the screen was coming out a bit. But yeah, from what I can remember, I didn't actually used to love the Amazing Spider-Man films, but nevertheless, the prospect of Andrew Garfield coming back in No Way Home, which is a strong possibility, by the way, which we'll be talking about again a bit later in this live stream, excites me, because I do think Andrew Garfield was great in those Amazing Spider-Man films. I mean, I don't think he's the best Peter Parker, but I think he did a good job as well, and I think his chemistry with Emma Stone, who also played Gwen Stacy in those films, was really good as well. And I didn't also mind the villains. I think I'm someone in the minority here who actually quite enjoyed Jamie Foxx's performance as Electro in the second film. I didn't really like how they did that character, but I enjoyed the way Jamie Foxx played him. But anyway, yes, with all that coming together, it seems like we're going to get a multiversal Sinister Six. And pardon me again there, it seems I'm going to get a multiversal Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, if you give me a sec here, I'm just going to jump onto Google, and I'll be showing people snapshots from the trailer of Spider-Man No Way Home, which released it was released like a week ago now, wasn't it? And I've only just got around to talking about it, because it's been blown up online that it looks like the Sinister Six are going to be in No Way Home, but if you scroll along here, you actually see parts of the Sinister Six in this, in the trailer. Like, obviously, at the end of the trailer, you get, just give me a sec, just get it. You obviously have Alfred Molina's Doc Ock whenever it comes there. There you go, Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, which is very exciting that he's coming back from Spider-Man 2. You also have the hint at, just give me a sec again here. You have the hint of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin return as well, because that's the Green Goblin gas ball that you see in the first Spider-Man movie. Jump along here a bit more. Apparently that is, and you can't see very well there, specific. Yeah, you can see it a bit better than actually. Apparently, what the the lightning and everything, that's clearly hinting at Electro, which we know is definitely going to be in this movie. Jamie Foxx's Electro is confirmed to return by the Hollywood Reporter in this movie. But also, there seems to be quite a lot of sand about. Quite a lot of people have been theorising that that is potentially Sandman. There's another shot in the trailer. Don't know if we can get it up. One sec. Just see if we can get it up there. I was happy, by the way. Oh, that's yeah, here. Right. Just missed it, and now it's gone full screen on me. My computer's being annoying me. Give me a sec. Don't know what it accidentally did a full screen there. Didn't want it to go full screen. Oh, there's a shot of Sandman in here. I want to get up. Right, give me a sec. You didn't really see it. You kind of saw it there, but apparently that's hinting at the potentiality of Sandman being in this movie as well. So we see the light in there, and we also see Spider-Man there as well. There's been better shots online of this if you want to go and look it up. But it seems like something is protecting Peter Parker there. I'm not gonna lie, well, Spider-Man there. It seems like something is protecting Spider-Man now, and there's been a lot of theorizing that that is Sandman. And if you count that up, then I haven't talked about the other one actually. I haven't talked about the fifth villain. Give me a sec. There's another one that pops up in a sec. Oh, this just popped up beforehand. This is brilliant live stream, isn't it? Here, we see a monster there, and again, it isn't brilliant quality. I dare say that we'll get better quality. There is better quality online, actually, I've seen of this little shot in the trailer alone. But yeah, a lot of people have been saying that this is the Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 as well. There's been a few people saying it's Venom. I personally don't think it is Venom. I think what Sony's doing with Venom right now is I think they're building up to Venom fighting Spider-Man, or maybe not Venom fighting Spider-Man, but Venom working alongside Spider-Man in a different movie in itself. I think if they introduce Tom Hardy's Venom in this movie as one of the main Spider-Man villains, I just think it'd be overshadowed by everything else, because everyone's so excited about seeing Alfred Doc Ock returning, because he's one of the best, on-screen movie villains ever, and I think everyone's really excited about Willem Dafoe potentially returning as a Green Goblin, and everyone's really excited about, well, not everyone's really excited about, but there's also intrigued about Jamie Foxx returning as Electro, and potentially, Thomas Hayden Church returning as Sandman, and then here, potentially, we're seeing fans returning as a Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 as well. So I think if you put Tom Hardy's Venom in there with all these other, 5 Spider-Man villains, I think you'd just be overshadowed. And I think people are like, oh, that's Tom Hardy's Venom. Well, oh, that's Tom Hardy's Venom. And I just don't think it would have the same impact that Sony wanted to. I think, and this is just me speculating, but I think that they are building up Tom Hardy's Venom to do something with Spider-Man in its own movie. Like, I think Venom 3, and again, this is me speculating, but I think Venom 3 will be like, I don't know, Venom v Spider-Man. That's what I think it will be, because, I mean, maybe not that, but I think it'll be something along those lines, because I think that's what they're doing. Bear in mind, Venom 2 isn't even Venom v Spider-Man, it's Venom Let There Be Carnage. And so, I think they're building up Venom in the way, I think Sony is building up Venom the way they want to right now, and I think Pardon me. And then I think introducing Venom in this movie. I don't think that's what they're gonna do. I don't think they'll be introducing Venom in this movie. Tom Hardy's Venom. I mean, they could, but I just think it'd be overshadowed by everything else, and that's my personal opinion there. So I do think that is the Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man 1, which we saw, which was played by Rhys Ifans. And so it looks like they're bringing in all 5 major Spider-Man villains. So bear in mind, okay, we need to reiterate something here, though. We need to reiterate something. This is all just theorizing. I know a lot of people have taken shots from the trailer, and I know we get to see the Green Goblin ball and everything, and I know there's a lot of hints that it looks like we're seeing Willem Dafoe return as a Green Goblin, and it looks like we're seeing, Sandman in there, it looks like we're seeing the Lizard in there as well. But bear in mind, this is all just theorizing at the moment. It's all just people looking at trailers, getting hints from the trailer, and I think nothing has been officially confirmed. We've got to reiterate that here, because bear in mind, Sony and Marvel might be doing this whole big misdirecting thing, where they might want us to think that they're doing Sinister Six in No Way Home, but actually they're not. And so I have actually said that I definitely think Willem Dafoe's return as a Green Goblin. I think he is. Don't be wrong. I think there's about a 90% chance he is. But I also don't think it's completely confirmed yet. And I'm going to wait till it is confirmed to get really excited about it. I mean, it looks like he is returning to the Green Goblin gas ball that we saw in the Amazing Spider-Man, where we saw in Spider-Man 1. It looks like he is returning, but nothing has been confirmed yet. And at the same time, though, it also looks like the Lizard returning from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 as well. But again, nothing's been confirmed. We're just, theorizing it from the trailers. And we're just looking at trailers and going, oh, that looks like the Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Or that looks like Sandman of some sort. And, that's all just theorizing. We've got to reiterate here that these all might be misdirects. Bear in mind, Sony and Marvel might be doing some really clever misdirects here. I don't think they will be, by the way. I personally think that the Sinister Six are going to be in this movie. But we do have to, take everything with a grain of salt and just say they might not be in this movie. We might not get a Sinister Six in this movie, and that's fine. We know we're definitely getting Alfred Molina's Doc Ock in there. But are we getting the other 6 Spider-Man Are we getting the other 6 Spider-Man villains as well? We'll have to wait and see. Because bear in mind, nothing has been confirmed yet. But nevertheless, I still think we are getting a Sinister Six in No Way Home. And that leaves a question. So we have 5 Spider-Man villains potentially coming back in No Way Home. So we already know we have Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, we have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, we have Jimmy Fixer's Electro, and we have Rhys Ifans' Lizard, and we also have potentially Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman in there as well. And by the way, I think the other villains which haven't been confirmed yet, I think there's about a 75% chance they will be in this movie. I think they will be, but again, nothing's been confirmed yet. But bear in mind, okay, let's say they are doing a Sinister Six in this movie, which it looks like they could be, but again, nothing being confirmed. But okay, bear in mind that they are doing the Sinister Six. Well, we know 5 villains are going to be in this movie. Who's the 6th villain going to be? Because that's not, 5 isn't 6. 5 isn't the Sinister Six. So I think, and this is again me speculating, but I think that the 6th member in the Sinister Six in No Way Home, I think it's going to be Mysterio. Now, I don't know anything. I haven't read any leaks. I know there's a leaked plot about Spider-Man No Way Home going about. I haven't read it, I swear. But I know it's going about. And I want to stay away from leaks. Because honestly, they can ruin movies. And I know that sometimes leaks on paper can sound rubbish. And then actually, the movie can be really good. It's all about the execution in the end, more than the plot itself. But I haven't read any leaks. But I personally think that the 6th member of the Sinister Six is going to be Mysterio. Because bear in mind, think about how many times mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio in the trailer alone. He mentioned like 3 times in the trailer. And so if he's not in there, it'd just be like, again, I mean, it wouldn't be as big as the elephant in the room if Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield weren't in there. But I think it'd still be somewhat of an elephant in the room if Mysterio wasn't in there. Because they talk about it quite a lot, and we didn't actually see him die in Far From Home. So I think there's a good chance that Mysterio could be the 6th member of the Sinister Six. And maybe at the end, because we've seen in the trailer that Spider-Man is now like a public enemy. People hate Spider-Man because his identity has been revealed, and apparently he, quote-unquote, killed Mysterio. But I think if Mysterio returned this movie and it turned out he was alive, I think everyone would love Spider-Man again. I think that's what the plot's going to be for this movie of some sort. But bear in mind, it could also be Paul Giamatti, the Rhino, from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well. And again, that's just pure speculation. But it also wouldn't be completely out of left field. Like, bear in mind, if you look at what they're doing, they could be getting 3 different Spider-Man villains from the 3 different universes. Well, from the 3 different universes, or more like from the 2 different universes. So we have Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Alfred Dr. Octopus, and Thomas Lane Church's Sandman from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films starring Tom Maguire. And then if you look the other way, the Amazing Spider-Man films, we're having, Jamie Foxx returning as Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, with some fans as a Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, from Amazing Spider-Man 1, and then Rhino from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well. So that could make sense, the fact that we're getting 3 villains from each universe. That could make a lot of sense, actually. But nevertheless, we don't know yet, and I think we will find out who the 6th member of the Sinister Six is in the next trailer. And I also think we're going to see Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the next trailer as well. I think Sony knows exactly what they're doing, because I know, because if you notice on YouTube, quite a lot of times when, a quote-unquote official trailer is released for a movie, they don't always get the same amount of views as they do for a teaser. And I think Sony knows that, and I think Sony wants to get a lot of views on the official trailer, because I think in the official trailer for the movie, I think in the official trailer for No Way Home, I think the last shot of the trailer is going to be like a silhouette of some sort of Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then 2 Spider-Man popping up next to him. Something like that. And I think people go wild, and I think it'll break the internet, and I think Sony knows that. I think Marvel knows that as well. So I think they're going to be in the second trailer. And also, if they are doing Sinister Six, bear in mind with the villains that Tom Maguire's Spider-Man faced off, and the villains that, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man the villains that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man has faced off, it'd be a bit weird to not have Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield in there. Don't you think? It'd be like the elephant in the room, like I said before. It'd be a bit like, okay, there's going to be a scene in the movie where, I don't know, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin unmasks Tom Holland's Spider-Man and then realise that that's not Tom Maguire's Spider-Man. Or, in the case of the Amazing Spider-Man villains, there might be a scene in the movie where Wrestling Fans the Lizard unmasks Tom Holland's Spider-Man and then realise that's not Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And that'd be like the elephant in the room. Like, it'd be a bit weird if the villains unmasked Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, like, oh, you're not the same Spider-Man I faced off against. It'd just be a bit weird, and then they just dismiss it. I think they're definitely going to be in this movie. Nothing's been confirmed, but it'd just be a bit weird if they weren't. Like I said before, it'd be like the elephant in the room if they weren't in there. But nevertheless, do take everything with a grain of salt. It's not actually been confirmed that they're doing Sinister Six yet, but it looks more likely that they are. It looks more likely they're doing a multiversal Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm all for it if they are. I really am. I hope it's not messy, though. I hope this movie is like 3 hours long, or at least 2 hours and a half, because bear in mind, you got to reintroduce all the villains, potentially reintroduce, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and Tom Maguire Spider-Man as well. Bear in mind, we haven't seen Tom Maguire Spider-Man since 2007, and we haven't seen Andrew Garfield Spider-Man since 2014, with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So you have to reintroduce all those characters, as well as the other Tom Holland Spider-Man characters as well. Like, you have MJ in there, played by Zendaya. You also have Ned and everything, and you also have all of Ned's friends, other people in school, and all these teachers and everything like that. So they're going to reintroduce all these characters and do so much. And there's some rumors that, by the way, that Daredevil might be in this movie as well. Played by Charlie Cox, going to be returning from the Netflix Daredevil series. So you're going to reintroduce all these characters. And I think if it's less than 3 hours, or less than 2 hours and a half, more like, I think I'm going to be worried, because I just think it'll be messy. I just think it'll be like, oh, we're doing this now. We're going, oh, just think it'll be all over the place. And I think it'll be a 3-hour movie. And I also think another reason to be a 3-hour movie is the fact that they were shooting this movie for a very long time, by the way. They started shooting this movie back in, I think it was September of last year, actually. I might be wrong there, but I think they started shooting Spider-Man No Way Home in September of last year, and I'm pretty sure they didn't finish till March of this year as well. Again, I might be wrong, but that's a long time shooting. I mean, obviously you have the Christmas break in between, but still, that's a long time shooting. And also, apparently, Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be set at Christmas as well, so that's quite nice, getting a Christmas movie at Christmas as well, getting a sort of superhero Christmas movie. We haven't probably had one, actually. When was the last time we had a superhero Christmas movie? Was it Batman Returns? Was it Tim Burton's Batman Returns? Bloody hell, that was like 1992, I want to say. I think 1992 was Batman Returns. So imagine that, having a superhero Christmas movie coming out at Christmas. That'd be a nice treat. Especially as we didn't actually have cinemas open last year. So if cinemas are open this year, and if Spider-Man No Way Home does come out this Christmas, bear in mind, that's a big if at the moment. It's all dependent on Shang-Chi's box office, which is kind of annoying. But if Spider-Man No Way Home does come out this Christmas, then I am all for it. If it does do Sinister Six, I hope it does it well, and I hope it isn't rushed. I hope we get enough of each villain, and I do think we'll get more of certain villains than other villains. Like, I think we'll get more of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin because it's Willem Dafoe, and I think we'll get more of Alfred Dr. Octopus because he's a big, one of the best villains that have ever been on screen in superhero movies in general. And I also think we'll get quite a bit of Jamie Foxx's Electro as well, because bear in mind it's an Oscar-winning actor. So I think we'll get a lot of certain villains and maybe less of other villains, like maybe Sandman and the Lizard. Maybe we'll get less of them. But nevertheless, if they are doing Sinister Six, I hope they do it well. And I think it's further evidence that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will be returning as their respective roles as Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, pure speculation, but I'll be very surprised if Sony and Marvel are misdirecting this here, because it'd be kind of an evil misdirection. People want to see Sinister Six, people want to see Andrew Garfield and Tom Maguire, people want to see one before Green Goblin return, people want to see all these things happen, and there'd be kind of like evil misdirection, like actually none of this is happening, and we're just getting you excited for the wrong reason. So I do think they are in it, but all do take it with a grain of salt yet, because nothing has been confirmed. But I think things will be confirmed in the next trailer, probably coming out in a month's time, or maybe even less month actually, because bear in mind, the last trailer only came out about a week ago now. But anyway, that's topic number 1 over with today. It's going to jump into her section. No one's watching, so that's fine. But anyway, that's topic number 1 over with today. So without further ado, let's move into topic number 2. And again, I'm a bit late on this as well, but I just thought I'd talk about it, because actually, since the second trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's become one of my most anticipated movies for this year. And now we're hearing like it's a Ghostbusters sequel everyone's wanted to see since the original Ghostbusters. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Ghostbusters 2, which I still do like quite a lot, by the way. I mean, I don't love Ghostbusters 2, but I watched it as a kid, and so I have a bit of a personal connection to it. And pardon me there. So, I do like Ghostbusters 2, but I do admit it's nowhere near as good as the first Ghostbusters film. And obviously, the 2016 Ghostbusters wasn't that good. I must admit, I couldn't actually watch the whole way through. And that's not because it has female Ghostbusters in. I just thought the comedy didn't really work that well. In fact, I wish I liked Ghostbusters 2016 quite a lot. I wish I did. But in the end, I found it hard to watch. And I hate saying that because I'm a huge fan of Bridesmaids. And it's basically the same cast as Bridesmaids as well in 2016 Ghostbusters. But nevertheless, it didn't really work for me. It's going to adjust my camera a bit there. But nevertheless, it didn't really work for me. But it looks like Ghostbusters Afterlife is scratching that itch which we've all wanted from a Ghostbusters sequel for such a long time. Now, if you jump and give me a sec here. Just give me a sec to jump onto Google Optical Illusion. Jump into here we have some early reaction for Ghostbusters Afterlife. So basically, if you didn't know, CinemaCon, which happened last week, which is over now, by the way, CinemaCon, which is where like all the big movie studios present, to their like theater distributors about what's coming out soon, and I think they're presenting all these like superhero movie stuff and all this like big budget sci-fi picks and whatnot that they've been working on. They presented them all at CinemaCon and like footage from them, and basically they presented at the Sony panel. They presented the full film of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and here's some early actions from CinemaCon. Bear in mind that this movie doesn't come out until November, but nevertheless, there's been some early actions going on right now, so that's pretty good. But at the same time, though, I can't get too excited for it just yet because it isn't coming out till November. But nevertheless, let's read some early actions. Ghostbusters Afterlife is the Ghostbusters sequel that I've been waiting for, that I've been waiting all my life to see. That is really good, actually. It is nostalgia done right, a perfect blend of classic Ghostbusters moments with a fresh and unique twist for a whole new generation to enjoy. I got goosebumps. And by the way here, the whole thing to do with nostalgia, I hate people who say nostalgia is a bad thing sometimes. I think nostalgia is great. If a movie is nostalgic, that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people are saying that Spider-Man at Home is just going to be like a big nostalgia trip, seeing those villains from the old Spider-Man movies back. That's not a bad thing. If it's done well, it's not a bad thing. If it is done just from the purpose of people to go, oh yeah, I want to go and see that movie now. If it's not done for the purpose of the story, then yes, it is kind of a bad thing. But if it's purposeful to the story, like we already know already, that has been confirmed that the original Ghostbusters are going to be in this movie. If the original Ghostbusters just come back as a little gimmicky thing towards in this movie, then yes, the nostalgia thing wouldn't be that good. But if it's purposeful to the story, I'm fine with it. I just think that people who say it's not, people who are a bit like down on nostalgia, I don't think really get what it can do. And I think if it is purposeful to the story, it can be really good. Purposeful to the story. I can't even speak in this live stream today, but nevertheless, I'm powering through just for you guys. But anyway, let's move on to another early reaction from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife, ... Wow! Was not expecting how heartfelt it is. Jason Guerrero of Insider wrote, it has a very childlike Spielberg vibe, I'm liking that quite a lot, to it, and Jason Reitman is extremely loyal to the original. Now, Jason Reitman, if you don't know already, Jason Reitman, who is director of the new Ghostbusters film, is the son of Ivan Reitman, who was the director of the original two Ghostbusters films. So there's a bit of a family connection in the Ghostbusters director in itself. So that sounds really good. Also has a very childlike Spielberg vibe to it. one of my all-time favorite filmmakers is Spielberg, and so that's got me very excited to see it. Of course, some viewers were willing to throw in a few reservations about what they saw, including such and such body. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a sequel fans have been waiting for decades, for better and worse. It's got great new characters, lots of surprises, and plenty of laughs with just the right amount of nostalgia. I loved so much of it, however, it's not without some issues. Yeah, and so was every film, by the way. I mean, I always like to... I heard once that, like, I don't know how true this is, but I heard this quote once that the best film critics will watch a film they love and criticize something about it, and the worst, and the best film critics will watch a film they love and criticize something about it, and then watch a film they hate and say something good about it. So I always like to see, even if I watch a film which I think is absolutely terrible, I always like to say something good about it. Same with if I watch a film I absolutely love, I always like to say something bad about it, and I always think like the worst critics just say, this film doesn't work on so many levels. Sorry for my door went there. I just think the worst critics don't always say the best things about movies and just keep saying bad things about it because they can. But I do think the best critics are people who say, okay, now this movie is absolutely fantastic, but it's not without its issues. So I bet Ghostbusters Afterlife does have its issues, and I know that Lucifer, who wrote that early reaction there, probably knows that it as well. Sorry about that. I looked behind before because I thought I heard my door go. Actually, I didn't. It's just noises I'm hearing in my house. But anyway, he continued. That was from the same guy. Actually, it packs so much into it. There are big leaps in logic and plot that hold it back from really firing on every cylinder. When it works, though, especially the kid stuff, damn, it works. Just at times, it doesn't. Over though, I cheered, cried, and can't wait to watch it again. That sounds good. In the end, it's a Ghostbusters sequel that's, 30 years too late. So, as long as it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's a Ghostbusters sequel everyone wants to see, that's fine with me. But if it's trying to do too much, that might also annoy me as well. So I'll have to wait to see what my opinion is on this film overall. But let's move on to one other Ghostbusters Afterlife early reaction. I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. Sorry, no review. But what I can say is that it's the best of the series. Full stop. The best of the series. It's better than the original Ghostbusters. Wow. Stupendously well written, not leaning too hard on nostalgia and telling a story better than even the original could muster. A winner in every sense. So you had a reaction which was apparently mixed. I mean, it wasn't completely mixed because the guy still apparently cheered and really enjoyed it. But you also had a final reaction there, which was incredible. Somebody who said it was better than the original Ghostbusters. Like, I must admit, I like the original Ghostbusters quite a lot. But, film-wise, it is an amazing film. Actually, it's quite a bizarre film, but I still quite like it. And apparently, this new one could be a bit better than the original. Wow. I hope I have the same reaction to it that the guy at the end did. Because that sounded absolutely fantastic. Imagine if Ghostbusters Afterlife is that good. Imagine if it is better than the original. It's got me excited, those early reactions. There wasn't much of them, because bear in mind, I don't really know how many people were actually able to say their opinion at CinemaCon. But nevertheless, there's still some early reactions online for Ghostbusters Afterlife. And fingers crossed, it's a movie we all want to see. Fingers crossed, it's a Ghostbusters sequel we've been wanting to see since the original Ghostbusters. But bear in mind, the film's going to come out in November. But honestly, with those fantastic early reactions, I can't wait to see it. I really can't, because this movie sounds like it's going to be so much fun, and a nostalgia trip done right as well. And so that's the end of topic number 2. It sounds like there's been some great reactions for Ghostbusters Afterlife. One mix, but nevertheless, he still liked it as well. So I can't wait to see this movie. And let me know in the comment section if you can't wait to see this movie as well. I'm going to start doing that now as well. So yeah. But anyway, without further ado, let's move into topic number 3 today, which is my third and final topic, which is the new trailer for The Kingsman, which was released, I think, 2 days ago now, which is with the red band trailer for The Kingsman. Now, I'm not just going to get the trailer up online now. If you want to go and watch it, it came out via 20th Century Studios, the app 20th Century Studios, or should I say the profile pic 20th Century, the profile 20th Century Studios on YouTube the other day, and it seems like The Kingsman, the red band trailer for The Kingsman, that came out a couple of days ago, and it's a bunch of use of the F word in the trailer. And honestly, the new red band trailer for The Kingsman didn't really do much for me. I've got to admit that. I didn't think it was a terrible trailer, but I was watching it kind of thinking, it's not exciting me more than I already am. I mean, I'm looking forward to this movie. It's a Kingsman movie. I'm a huge fan of the first Kingsman, and I feel like I'm in the minority here, but I also don't mind the second one either. But the thing is, though, I want to be more excited for this movie than I am. I mean, it's got so many delays. It was meant to come out originally back in, I want to say 2020. It was meant to come out February 2020, and obviously the pandemic pushed it back. But then something pushed it back that wasn't the pandemic as well at one stage. Like, it was meant to come out February 2020, and then it got delayed before the pandemic was even like a real bad thing and everything. And then obviously the pandemic was still going on, so it got delayed again. But I remember when it was originally meant to come out, it was February 2020, and then it got delayed like till September 2020, before the pandemic was even really bad, and movies were being delayed. And I was just be like, oh, why has he done that? And so maybe there's some major reshoots going on. Hopefully not, because I hate when major reshoots go on in a movie, and I hate when studios interfere with a movie too much. You know, in the end, I like to see a director's vision, not studio's vision, which I end up seeing a lot with MCU movies, but now it's time to here or there. But anyway, yes. The new trailer came out, the new Red Band trailer came out a couple of days ago now for The King's Man. And this movie, I wish I was more excited for it. The trailer didn't do much for me. It gave you a bit more of a look at Rasputin, which apparently is the main character in this film, by the way. There's Rasputin, played by Russ Infant, and it looks like Russ Infant might have 2 big movies coming out this Christmas, by the way. Imagine that. Like, he might be in Spider-Man No Way Home, returning to the Lizard, and he might also be, well, he's also in this movie as well, we know that for certain, because he's there on the poster, and he's also credited on the poster as well. They have him on the third name on the poster, Russ Infant, who's apparently going to be playing Rasputin. That's a bit odd. Like, the guy who plays Hugh Grant's roommate in Notting Hill is playing Rasputin in in The King's Man, and I kind of like that whole idea and everything like that. The action sequences look like they're gonna be greatly shot. I love the fact that it's I love the fact that it's set in World War One as well. But I wish I was more excited for this movie. I wish the Red Band trailer did more for me. I hope they release a trailer like in October or November, which gets me super pumped up for this movie. I hope they release another trailer, which gets everyone really excited as well, because I think a lot of people forgot about this movie, and I don't blame them as well, which is a sad thing. I'm a Kingsman fan. I love the first Kingsman movie, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if people have forgotten about this movie. I keep forgetting about it, and it's one of my most anticipated movies for this year. I can't even speak there. It's one of my most anticipated movies for this year, but I don't know. The trailer's not doing anything for me. And there were some nice, like, little gags in there, and there was a plane sequence in particular in the trailer with Ray Fiennes' character, which looks like it's going to be great, but I don't know. I wish the new Red Band trailer for The King's Man did a lot more for me, but actually it just ended up I don't know, it ended up me going, this movie came out this Christmas, I'll go and watch it, but I wish this trailer did more for me. And apparently the movie's actually coming out on Christmas Eve, by the way, which means I'll be going watching it Christmas Eve, definitely, but it also means that, that I'll get my review up on Christmas Day, which I've never done yet on this channel, so look forward to my review of The King's Man coming on Christmas Day this year. Anyway, I hope this movie does well. I hope they market the shit out of this movie, but I don't know if they will, and that's a bit annoying, because I think it could be great, and I think if it came out, honestly, February next year, and I know I've been complaining about delays, but I think if it's delayed one more time, a lot more people will be interested in this movie. But again, I'm a bit iffy on that. I don't really want it to be delayed again, because I want to see this movie, I just want to see it now. But at the same time, though, if it's delayed again, I wouldn't blame it, because bear in mind, around the same time, so it's Spielberg's West Side Story is coming out, which is another one of my most anticipated movies. Honestly, it seems like 3 of some of my most anticipated movies this year. Spielberg's West Side Story, Spider-Man No Way Home, which is my most anticipated movie for this year, and The King's Man, all coming out around the same time. So, yeah, that's gonna be quite a fun Christmas. Assuming the cinemas are still open, but nevertheless, I wish the trailer for The King's Man did more for me, and fingers crossed this movie gets a good box office, because I'd love to see a continuation of the Kingsman franchise. But nevertheless, I don't know. I'm hoping the Kingsman's great. I'm hoping it's great, but I have my worries about it. I have my reservations about it overall. And so that's the end of me talking about the third episode today on The King's Man. Let's see if I can in the live chat. Nothing in the live chat, and it seems like no one's watching this either. So anyway, that's the end of my live stream today. I do love doing these live streams sometimes where I got no one watching. But anyway, that's the end of my live stream today. Thank you for watching this live if you have been and I just haven't seen that on YouTube, it's not telling me. Or thank you for watching this on playback if you have been. And if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like subscribe on this live stream. Look forward to many more, both film and TV views and live streams coming very soon on this channel. And also remember, if you want me to talk about a topic in particular in my next live stream, please do let me know in the comment section below. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, but see you guys again soon. Bye for now. Bye.